Okay, so I want to talk about autumn internationals in 2022. We have a complete fixture list, and whether we like it or not, part of the reason why these autumn internationals are arranged as they are is to prepare for the World Cup in 2023. I know it winds us up a little bit that everything that coaches do seems to be this 4-year cycle thing, even the Six Nations now, but certainly a year out, these autumn internationals are definitely built towards preparation for the World Cup. Hopefully I'll show that here as well and comment on how good I think these preparations might be. And I'd love you guys to know which games you're looking forward to and if you think these are good preparation for the World Cup. So let's talk about Ireland's fixtures. Only 3, but I'm fine with that. They start with South Africa, who they have in their World Cup group, so that makes all sorts of sense, especially because they haven't played them very much recently. It's the first game in 5 years, so that game's going to be really, really big for them. Then Fiji, they might rotate a few in this game. Fiji are going to be good, but maybe not quite as strong as South Africa or Australia. And then finishing on Australia, I quite like this fixture list. Quarterfinals for Ireland are almost certainly going to be either New Zealand or France if Ireland go through their group. New Zealand, they'll have played 3 times in the summer, this summer, which is great. And France, of course, they play every Six Nations, so no need to obviously play them in the Autumn Internationals, not that they would anyway. And 3 matches, like I said, I think is absolutely fine. So, yeah, very happy with Ireland's list. Let me know what you think about it. Now, England's list I have mentioned in the past. Argentina and Japan. It seems, that's a bit of a strange start, but not really, because Japan and Argentina are their main Pool D competitors in the World Cup. So that looks like fantastic fixtures there. Then 2 of the big boys, New Zealand and South Africa, they may face in later rounds of the World Cup if they get that far. England do have a good chance of winning Pool D, I think that's fair to say, with then probable quarterfinals against Australia and Wales. Australia, they're playing this summer 3 times, which isn't a problem. And then Wales, of course, they see a lot in the Six Nations. So I think England's fixture list does cover pretty much all the bases. So I'm actually quite impressed with that fixture list. On to Wales. They go New Zealand, Argentina, Georgia and Australia. Australia, the same World Cup group, of course, so that's good practice. Fiji's in their group as well, which they haven't got on this list, so that's a little bit of a surprise maybe. I don't know if that's a bit of a mistake, or of course sometimes you can't always get exactly who you want. Potential quarter-final opposition, well, could be England. They know all about them, of course. Argentina, they're playing here. And they do have Japan there as potential quarter-final opposition, who they haven't played since 2016, I believe. Could that be a slight error as well? Not playing them in 2021 or 2022. Might they agree to a World Cup warm-up? I don't know, but maybe a couple of gaps in that preparation. Then on to Scotland. 4 fixtures for them: Australia, Fiji, New Zealand, Argentina. Scotland face South Africa in the World Cup pool, but they're not playing them in 2022. Is that a slight error as well, considering they're in that pool of death with Ireland and every game's going to be absolutely vital? They did play them in 2021, so is that enough? I don't know. Or did they try and get them and couldn't get them? Because, like I said, you can't always get all the fixtures you want. A lot of these teams are in high demand. If they get through the pool, and it is a tough pool, then probably France or New Zealand in the quarters. So, yeah, good idea to play New Zealand here, and they play France every Six Nations anyway. So in summary, I think you can see that these fixtures aren't random. They are arranged in preparation for the World Cup, considering what other fixtures they have in and around, say, in the Six Nations or in these summer tours, and they try and cover as many bases as possible. So do you think your team's going to be well prepared for the World Cup? Do you like the look of the fixture list for the Autumn Internationals? Pop the comments below. Love to hear from you, and I'll catch you next time.